Welcome everybody, Manny V here again for day number 8 here at the Arica Chilean Challenge here on the island, Scorpion Island, just outside of Arica. So we got more action packed for today. But first, a little bit about the conditions we're going to see today and what we have on tap.
So conditions for today, there's a little bit of a breeze, kind of side offshore right now. We do expect that to mellow out through the morning. We're going to put the pro juniors out in the water. We're going to finish up that quarterfinal that we stopped at yesterday, go straight into junior semis, and then sometime around 8:30, 9 o'clock, somewhere right around the 8 and 9 hour, we're going to move right into men's quarters. We're expecting conditions to be improving throughout the morning, and from there, men's semis, then the junior final, and then on to the podium and grand final of the men. So potential finals day for men's and juniors.
Yeah, I mean, if you're tuning in live, we can't thank you enough for being there from day number 1. We know who you are. But yes, the day is set. We are going to probably see the finals. That's going to be incredible, especially with the incredible riding we've seen so far. We have a little bit of, let's backtrack a little bit of what we seen yesterday that went down.
Well, we saw a 10-point ride in the junior division from Joaquin Soto. Just an amazing ride. That was enough, even without a backup score, to put him in the lead, and he's on in to the semifinals. We also saw the women round 3 heats. So we saw Valentina Diaz, we saw Luz Marie Grand, we saw Yule Gonzalez, and Joanna Schenker, all moving on into round number 4 of the women's. And we saw the men's too yesterday.
Yeah, so a ton of action went down yesterday. I think we're ready to rock and roll. Heat number 1, actually, let's heat number 4, that last heat that wasn't run in the juniors was out in the water. So I think we're ready.
Let's go right into the action. We're going to be finishing up this last quarterfinal. It's a 20-minute heat. All the juniors heats are 20 minutes. And the top 2 rides count, and the top 2 riders move on into the pro junior final. So they're really gunning for those top 4 positions.
Yes.
But first we need to qualify the quarterfinals into that second semi. Then we'll get right into the semis.
I think we're ready. Let's do this. Let's get out in the water.
So let's see what's out there. And as you can see, just a crack in the clear sky there. And we woke up to pretty blustery, windy conditions. And you know, we've mentioned it every day. Just a little unusual that the wind is up early, but for us, it's great that it's on the offshore side of the spectrum, so it wasn't blowing onshore. It wasn't necessarily blowing directly offshore either. So we got one of our first rides, a solid flip there from our rider in white, Luan Tavares.
Yes, there's going to be no shortage of action with these Super Groms. The pro juniors out in the water, they're going to put everything on the line. When they touch the water, the fear factor is left on the land. And you're going to see right now, up and riding in yellow, that is Ronald Gomez coming into the inside. Again, it's really shallow right there. He's pretty much just riding on the dry reef. And to do that right there, look at the rocks right there. Oh, my goodness. Are you kidding me?
And he's right back out there. He popped out the back. Looks like he's unscathed, and he's energized and excited to continue his campaign. They're duck diving a pretty sketchy one here on the inside section. So wave size, we didn't quite touch on that, but it's about, I'd say, 4 to 6 foot on the wave face. But there's definitely some 8-foot sets, maybe even some 10-foot sets on the wave face. So just slowly coming in, but here we have El Moro. This is an interesting view.
Whoa.
A bit of fog coming in, so very interesting morning, and just a splendid way to start this finals day here in Arica.
Oh, wow. Look at this coming on the outside. That is Hamad Cofre, the Chilean. And you saw him pull into a barrel right there and pull out of that one, but a solid start right there for Hamed. So, again, Luan Taveras will be in white. Matthias Bastos will be in red. Ronald Gomez will be in yellow. And in blue, you're going to have Hamed Cofre. So you have 3 Chileans. Actually, I take that back. You have 1 Chilean, blue. You have a Peruvian in yellow and the 2 Brazilians. So only 2 will advance on into
the semifinals of the juniors. So great way to start us off. It's pretty much where we left off yesterday, getting this quarterfinal done and dusted. Here we got our rider in white, and that is Luan Tavares going again for a nice roll before cutting out. We see an equipment check out on the outside from red. He was off his board. Matias Bastos maybe adjusting the fins or reconnecting the fin straps. We'll have to ask him about that if he gets a post-heat interview, but definitely a heated battle on our hands, and so far we're seeing scores coming in for all of the riders. It is Luan Tavares with a 7 for his initial flip. Right when we cut in there to live action, we saw that left-hander from a distance. And Matias Bastos and Ron Gomez both have 5.25s on their scoreline. All these guys looking for a backup.
So I'm totally just tripping out on the weather here. The climate is very, very frisky is a good way to put it, because we have the usual overcast in the morning, but there's been a couple days where the sun wants to pop out and actually beats the marine layer that is usually here. And look at this on the outside. Nice big roll right there from Bastos. So again, we're going to see action starting off with the Pro Juniors heat number 4, the last heat of the quarterfinals, which we couldn't finish yesterday. And we're going to take the top 2 riders and put them into the semifinals, where they will go one more time to get into the finals. And that's going to be exciting, and that's going to go down today. We're going to see the junior finals, and most likely, 99.9%, we're going to see the men's finals as well.
Indeed, and this cloud cover is becoming super ominous.
Yes.
And we do expect that with the cloud cover, because it was really clear early this morning, cloud cover is going to come in, insulate us from that wind, and there you see the clouds covering up the mountains.
What?
Coming real close to the shore. That's almost like a marine layer that's reminiscent of certain places on the west coast of various continents. And there's a setup. You got Union Flow Post, little building there, clubhouse. You got the ambulance. You got the Caballeros de Chile. And we got riders in the water. Luan Tavares, he is unable to get a score there. But Matias Bastos moves into the lead with a 6.65 for his nice roll.
Well, lucky for us, I mean, the winds right now are coming out of the mountains right now, but out the back, another rider, Hamed Kofre, with a nice flip maneuver, an ARS or backflip. I need to take a look at the.
Oh, these juniors are going for it.
They're going for it. They're going for it.
When we showed up this morning, it didn't look like we were going to see tons of scoring opportunity like this, but the conditions just getting better and better. Ronald Gomez from Peru, nice roll there. Bottom turns and a clean ARS. Unable to quite ride out of it, but hey, great effort from Ron Gomez, the Peruvian. And so, yeah, we're seeing this battle really heat up on our hands. You know, I think one of the things too, Manny, is 6 of the 8 semifinalists have been established. So they're getting pretty excited. Oh, Matias Bastos in red on this one. And he throws a cutback after that. Barrel sets out the back, Manny. Check this one out. Luan Tavares lets it go.
Whoa.
And we got one coming out the back.
That looks like something out of a Ray Bradbury novel. It's just weird marine layer moving in as the horizon starts to disappear. But look at this, appearing on your screen. It is Tavares, the Brazilian. Nice clean roll and gets out of there. So we do have waves still coming in. It's incredible. It looks like a brown tint. I wonder if it's a sandstorm rolling in. And if it is, we may have to run for cover, because that sandstorm, from what I've heard, is very weird and very strange. And I'm starting to get a little nervous, a repeat of Tahiti. Oh, no. Look at the look on Dave Hubbard's face. He is, oh, my God.
Wow, so this is a very fascinating situation. One of the most optimal places to be during a sandstorm in the ocean. So we got 4 juniors who are in the perfect spot. 2 of them could be in the perfect spot to move on ahead and get into the semifinals. One interesting thing about the draw, Manny, is we're going to have second place from this heat surfing in the first semifinal. So they're going to have to get locked and loaded real quick and get back out there. So we're not going to be able to necessarily run a back-to-back heat. There's going to be probably a 1 to 8 minute intermission. So very, very interesting.
So we do have some action still going on, and it looks like the winds will be changing a little bit. It looks like it still has that glassy effect, but it does have a little bit of morning sickness, a little bit of texture, but we do have swells. We do have sets still rolling in. The birds are taking cover right now.
Birds running for cover for sure, because as you can see, it does now have a different tint than a normal cloud, but here he is, Ron Gomez from Peru. He wants this right-hander all to himself, and he gets it, 360 spin, completes it, and finishes. So, it's not just that normal gray, kind of hazy white cloud. It's definitely has a tint, and there is some, I'd say the parts per million are skyrocketing in that, probably upwards of to 10,000 parts per million in the air quality of the storm. There you see the ship. Hopefully it's able to stay just underneath the impending tormenta de arena.
we're seeing exactly, Dave and I are seeing exactly what you're seeing, because we're in this nice office space on the second story of the scaffold. So what you're seeing is essentially what we're seeing, and what a view that is. Look at that. I don't know if it's a full-on sandstorm that we heard about a couple days before coming here. But yes, it does have that pretty ominous feel to it, where the marine layer is coming in, the winds are changing, and it's starting to mellow out. The winds are actually starting to mellow out, so that's a good sign. As you can see, the water's starting to glass off just a little bit, which is a good thing, because we want to get into the semifinals and the finals here at the Arica Chilean Challenge. So a quick shout out to those that make it
possible for this event to go down. Ilustre Municipalidad of Arica, Tomate Surf Shop, and the event presented by Erizos. Also thanking some other sponsors after this split peak situation. Heat leader Mateus Bastos up, and a beautiful roll there. And forgive me for a moment, because it was Hamed Kofre in the lead prior to that wave. We'll see if that's the 8.25 Mateus needs to move ahead of Kofre, who has a 7.4 and a 7.5, giving him nearly a 15-point cumulative.
So that is, we're down to 6 minutes. 6 minutes remaining out in this heat, and look at the glassy conditions starting to roll in as the wind starts to die down as the marine layer comes in and cools down the situation here. It was a little very crazy earlier, but now we can see that the changes are happening as far as the winds calming down just a little bit. We do have live action pretty much all day today, again from the morning hours. It is 7:44 here in Arica, 7:44 a.m. And what a perfect time to say, hey, let us know where you're tuning in from. We're going to put something on our APB Tour Facebook page, and just give us a shout out. Let us know your country and the time you're tuning in from, and we'll start getting to that list again. So we are live for day number 7 here on Scorpion Island. Check out our APB Tour Facebook page for a post. We want to know where you're tuning in from.
Take the opportunity to thank the sponsors we left out earlier: Universidad de Tarapacá, Aguacielo, 360 Energy Drink, Panamericana Hotel, FMOK, Hertz, and Bodyboard King. Terrific shot right there of the 4 quarter finalists. 2 of them will become semifinalists, and possibly 1 or 2 of these guys could wind up in the finals and even potentially be champion.
Wow, look at the water. Just everything just turns beautiful. It looks like the water has a nice green tint. You can now see the water looking beautiful. You can hear whistling on the beach. That is signaling the riders or coaches on the beach. This is the Pro Juniors, the last of the quarterfinals out in the water. Whistling from the coaches on the beach saying, hey, there could be a set, get in position. There is a priority system in place.
Wow, look at this,
we do
man.
have sets. We do have sizable waves today for day number 8 out in the water.
I love the contrast, that beautiful blue water when that set crested, in contrast to the ominous sandstorm and white water in front of it. And there you can see another beautiful view of the variety of expectations that are just being really kind of almost shattered. And it's like, hey, things are very different than sometimes we plan, and Mother Nature putting on a spectacle here and letting us participate.
Yes, I wish I was out there taking some photos, but we're giving you the live feed, which is just as good. Check this out the back, up and riding.
Ron Gomez, sorry. He's getting a little barrel time, and he sat in the pocket, and then finally when he got covered up, he wasn't able to exit. This is Luan Tavares, and he's up and riding on this beautiful left-hander. Streaks under, gets a nice flip on that section. So he's feeling it. Takes a little peekaboo at the judges. He only needed 6 2/3, Manny, to move into second position. Hamed Kofre in a solid spot in this heat right now. Mateus Bastos needs a 7.9 but to move into first, but right now he's sitting in second. Ron Gomez needs an 8.4 to move up into second position. There we see a few of the semifinalists in the first heat moving on through and beginning to prepare themselves for the first semifinal.
And the way it is going to roll out, the rider who ends up in second place in this quarterfinal number 4 will end up in the first heat of semifinals. So there's going to be a quick little intermission, so make sure that the jerseys are situated properly, and then we're going to start with heat number 1 of the semifinals. Look at this, up and riding.
Whoa, Luan Tavares going for a nice flip again. He started off the heat with that 7. It looks like he's getting a 6.15 for his previous ride, and he still needs that 6 2/3. Let's see what's going on behind us.
It looks like we got more action out the back. It is Gomez coming around that section on the right. Has a lot of speed. What a great bottom turn. Able to maintain the speed. Goes for a roll off the top. Smooth landing. A little bumpy on the face of the wave as he comes closer to the inside. And that's where the wave is actually getting a little bit of reverb from the waves hitting the reef. So it does get a little bumpy once you get closer into that reef, but not a bad wave at all. 1 minute remaining. Time is flying by. Look at this out the back. Oh, a nice backflip right there from Hamed Kofre. Ends it with a roll on the shallows. Oh my God, you can see the reef just gurgling and surging off the reef right there. The water is just draining off of the reef right there, and these kids, no fear at all.
Yeah, they are definitely pushing it, and they are going for it.
So a big shout out once again to everybody tuning in. Now is a perfect time to, and look at this. It is Mateus Bastos. Quick little cover up. He's in that second place position. So that is heat number 4 quarterfinals. We're going to have a quick little intermission so we can get situated. It looks like, and we give you the final results. So we're going to give you the final results and talk more about what's in store for today's action right after this. So once again, welcome. My name is Manny V and David Hubbard bringing you the live feed from the Arica Chilean Challenge here in the northern region of Chile. So yes, we are on the roll, ready to get more action underway. The first heat of the day was the last heat of the quarterfinals, which we couldn't finish off yesterday, and we just finished that off right now.
Yeah, it was Hamed Kofre taking that win from that quarterfinal heat. Matias Bastos, second spot. That earns him a position in the first semifinal. So his comrades are out in the water now. He's doing a little bit of a jersey switch. Then we'll get that started right quick, hopefully within the next minute or two. But boy, what an interesting morning. We woke up, it's windy, clear skies. Then this little sandstorm rolls through. Hopefully that has a positive impact on the wave conditions.
Yes, you saw the awesome landscape wide shots that were given from the cameraman. But the wind was coming straight out of the mountains, and it was a little chilly, a little cold, but it opened up the rights pretty clean. But at the same time, it started picking up a little bit, and we saw some sand swirling in the sky, and now it's starting to mellow out a little bit, which is good for us because it's bringing that marine layer back in, and it's going to glass off the conditions and hopefully make for some very epic conditions for the rest of the day.
For this finals day, we're day 8 at the Arica Chilean Challenge, finals day for men's and juniors, so we're super stoked. We'll be waiting till tomorrow, day number 9, to bring you the finals day of the women's, but it is a terrific and exciting and just kind of fascinating with twists and turns. This day 8 that we just got started with the first heat, that last heat of the quarterfinals of juniors, and we're going to keep rolling through the action. Junior semifinals up next.
The pro junior semifinals, you're going to see incredible action. I mean, we're going to see the likes of Tanner McDaniel. He's been on fire. Unfortunately, got knocked out of the men's divisions by the one and only Jeff Hubbard. But yeah, Tanner McDaniel, definitely somebody to watch here in the pro juniors. Has a pretty good chance of taking this, but the rest of the field are hungry just as much as Tanner.
For sure, and I think we got some really talented Chileans still in the draw. Joaquin Soto showing us that 10-point ride yesterday, just amazing riding, and as well as Nacho Flores still making the push on. And of course, the rest of the semifinals is a very talented group of pro juniors that have really been blowing our socks off all event. And you know, on a day like today when it's cold, let me keep my socks on. They feel nice and cozy on my feet, but these kids keep blowing them off. So
keep watching. Let's go back into the water. Actually, let's pull up a screenshot of the landscape, if we can, of the marine layer coming in over the mountains that we saw earlier. I don't know if the guys can see us, but let's get a shot of the landscape with the marine layer coming in over the mountain. That was pretty spectacular when we saw it on our screen. I'd like to see that again.
Yeah, and that was really unusual. I haven't seen that here, and throughout the waiting period, and we've seen a lot of conditions that are surprising. Not only the guests of Arica who have been here a few times, but the locals are also like, "Hey guys, this is unusual," and so then we know, whoa, this is a special time to be here in Arica, special time to be tuning in and watching us live on the APB World Tour.
Well, you're going to hear right now, that is the start of the first semifinals of the Pro Juniors. Amigos, si pueden poner ese foto de la montaña con los nubles, por favor, podemos mirar eso. For now, let's go into the action, and we're going to get that screenshot we were asking for earlier. Let's get out there. Semifinal number 1 out in the water.
And we do have Matias Bastos, who just qualified from heat number 4 of the quarterfinals, meeting Tanner McDaniel, Joaquin Soto, and Matias Bernal.
Bernal.
Bit of a tongue twister. Bernal. Okay. So, look, we got a ride up now, and boy.
Are you kidding me? Look at that thing. If he was able to pull that maneuver off at the end, that would have been definitely in the high, excellent range. But a deep barrel and able to come out, no problem. Wow, look at that sandstorm to the south of us. And crossing our fingers, it doesn't come in and blow everything out of sight
look at
here.
That. Oh, my goodness.
Oh my
And I
gosh.
can smell it. I
That
can smell it. Manny's wiping off his computer.
Oh,
We're starting
no.
to see it descend through the mesh we have above us. And something the locals claim is that it never rains here. And so there's no need for roofs, but they do put a mesh for fun.
Look at this, up and riding Tanner McDaniel, the Hawaiian. Hopefully he's not getting too much sand in his lungs to keep moving forward. But yes, Tanner McDaniel clocking in a first ride right there. These are 20-minute heats. The semifinal, number 1 in the Pro Juniors out in the water. Wow, it is coming down here. The sand is dropping. Not a lot of it, but very, very unique situation here. One of the first times I've ever experienced a sandstorm. But I think the winds are mellowing out just a little bit. Are you all right over there?
Yeah, I'm hoping to be. But yes, I do feel that the conditions are going to be improving, and let's see what we got on tap downstairs.
All right, we have the winner of heat number 4 on the Pro Juniors downstairs with Begonia. Begonia, take it away.
Thank you very much, guys, and good morning to everyone that is tuning in right now. We're here with Hamed Cofre from Iquique. Hamed, you just made it out there.
All right, welcome back. Congratulations to heat number 4 winner out in the water. We have semifinal number 1 of the Pro Juniors, and very exciting day as far as the action, and very interesting as far as the climate. First time for me being inside of a sandstorm. It's not something super crazy, and I got to give props right now to those fishermen that are going to embark into the water. And we're going to have one of the head judges come in. It looks like we are going to go into a timeout, I guess, to make sure that everybody is safe. We are going to call it for now. It looks like the sandstorm is coming in. And you know what? We're going to get info from the director, the CEO, the APB, to see where we're going to stand as far as shutting her down, when we're going to come back, and what we're going to show on the screen during this timeout.
So the heat in the water, just about 3 minutes ran in, and so they're going to stop the clock and hopefully be able to resume in the near future and
Wow.
finish the remaining heats of the first semifinal.